parenting a child with reactive attachment disorder is an exhausting, isolating journey. Rooted in severe early neglect or trauma, RAD warps a child's internal blueprint, teaching them that adults cannot be trusted. It is an isolating, all-consuming, and often misunderstood reality. Traditional parenting, love, and consistency are not enough because the child's innate survival mechanisms actively repel closeness. In short, a child with RAD lives in a constant state of survival and traps their entire family there with them. To truly understand the life of a RAD mom, you must first grasp the reality of reactive attachment disorder itself. RAD is a severe, devastating psychiatric condition that develops in infants and young children who endure early trauma, such as profound abuse, chronic emotional neglect, or unstable caregiving. For a child to feel safe and learn to trust, they need a secure, predictable environment where their basic physical and emotional needs are consistently met. When a baby cries, a healthy response involves more than just a meal or a fresh diaper. It requires a shared emotional exchange. Eye contact, a warm smile, a comforting touch. When these cries are routinely ignored or met with a cold, absent response, the child learns a terrifying lesson. No one is coming to save them. They stop expecting comfort, and their ability to form a stable, healthy attachment to a caregiver is shattered. The brain of a child with reactive attachment disorder is physically changed by early trauma, proving that RAD is a medical condition rather than just bad behavior. Because their brain is stuck in a permanent fight-or-flight survival mode, the emotional alarm system is always hyperreactive. This constant state of fear stunts the growth of the logical, thinking part of the brain, making it incredibly hard for the child to control impulses, understand consequences, or even feel normal pleasure and motivation. Brain scans show that these physical changes make it nearly impossible for the child to navigate relationships. They have significantly less tissue in the area of the brain that processes vision, meaning they cannot accurately read facial expressions or nonverbal social cues. Furthermore, the internal wiring that connects the left and right sides of the brain is disrupted, which scrambles how they process emotions. Because the brain cells responsible for empathy and mirroring human behavior are also broken, the child is left neurologically unable to understand, trust, or accept love from the people around them. Make no mistake, this is a severe neurodevelopmental disorder, not a case of a bad kid. In truth, these children aren't bad at all. They are deeply, profoundly hurt. The damage inflicted upon their developing brains during infancy is a tragedy they did nothing to deserve. They never asked to be abandoned, abused, or left crying in a crib without food or comfort. In those critical early moments of survival, their infant brains did the only thing they possibly could do to endure. They shut down, building an impenetrable fortress to protect themselves from a world that felt entirely unsafe. To an outsider, reactive attachment disorder looks like willful defiance, poor parenting, or just a bad kid. In reality, it is a trauma-induced survival mechanism where a child's brain lives in a constant state of, "I will get you before you have a chance to get me." Because the RAD child sees threats where there are none, they view love itself as a danger. They refuse to let anyone close, physically, verbally, and emotionally assaulting anyone who tries. This places the mother in an impossible position. Her job is to provide emotional support, love, and guidance, but the RAD child just sees an enemy and attacks in whatever way hurts her the most. This creates a heartbreakingly inverted world for the family. To teachers and strangers, the child can be superficially charming, leaving observers to assume the mom is exaggerating the trauma. When hurt, the child runs away from comfort rather than toward it, making the parent look cold. When offered affection, they don't smile. They stiffen up or lash out aggressively. Onlookers see unprovoked anger and bad behavior. completely missing the fact that the child is trapped in a state of perpetual survival, fighting a war against the very person trying to save them. I had never even heard of reactive attachment disorder before we adopted. You enter the journey knowing there will be challenges, but I was entirely unprepared for the overwhelming reality of RAD. It is a merciless, devastating condition that feels as though it consumes the very heart and soul of a child, leaving a wake of destruction that bulldozes the family dynamic and levels everyone in its path. A mother is supposed to be the caretaker, the peacemaker, the emotional rock of the family. But RAD turns traditional mothering completely on its head. It forces you into a backwards reality. You are parenting a child who doesn't know how to function within a family, whose massive, explosive rage is constantly unleashed on everyone else. As a mom, you are trapped in an impossible split screen, desperately trying to guide a dysregulated child through a violent tantrum, while simultaneously acting as a human shield to protect your other children. It is a grueling, heartbreaking ordeal where everyone loses, and both sides are left feeling like you chose the other over them.